Yo, everything you love is destroying you. Everything you love is destroying you. And some of the ones you love are destroying you. And you have no idea. Let's talk about it, man. Yo, a lot of people's lives, right? You know, we come up, we grow up, we're taught certain things to be truths. We're taught that certain things are facts, certain things are things we should believe in or stand for, right? Or fight for or work for. Most people never question things they were taught. And you realize your entire life stems from things you were taught or things you witnessed as a child, right? But you've never questioned what you were taught just because it came from somebody you loved. It's a mistake. Yo, at a young age, I was asking mad questions, yo. Things did not make sense. I didn't understand why society worked the way it did in a lot of ways. It still don't make sense to me. A lot of it makes no sense. And I've done so much research over the years. Since I was a little boy, I would be on Google trying to figure out, yo, why do I feel so out of place? Why do I feel like everything is wrong? Not that my life is terrible, but why do I feel like the whatever ideologies that people live by and the society operates on, that everybody tells us is right and what we should do, why do I think that that's wrong? Why does that not sit right with my soul? And I started digging into it, man. And it's, so much that you've been taught is a complete lie, okay? And a lot of times it comes from people like your parents or your teachers or whoever, and they don't know no better. Because they were brought up in a situation where they were taught certain things, they were indoctrinated very young, and they did not question. Or they weren't allowed to question, right? Maybe if they questioned things, their parent would hit them or their parent would shame them for being curious. This is just the way it is, right? No, it's not just the way it is. It's not. Shout out to Mom Dukes, because she allowed us to talk and she allowed us to challenge her. Never disrespected her, right? She allowed us to challenge her when we had questions. My mama talked to us. We ain't have to agree. We still don't agree on everything. That's my superhero. You feel me? Yo, everything. When you grow up, right? They tell you, oh, you should do this. You should do this in school. Go to this college. Get married. Had a picket fence. Had a this, that, the third, little dog and all that. And that's a lot of y'all miserable. For marriage, right? Most people I know who are married are miserable in their marriages. Granted, I don't know a whole bunch of married people, but divorce rate 60, 70% or something like that, right? Some might be off there. I don't know. It's like marriage is something that we have not updated in how many years since it became a thing, right? The structure of a marriage has not updated, but everything else changes. You see how fast technology changes and everything else, but marriage is the same as it's always been, right? I don't get that. If there was a roller coaster, and this may be pessimistic on my part, right? Because you can look at it in a different perspective, but the way I see it, if there's a roller coaster and 6 out of every 10 people that gets on this roller coaster dies, but if you are one of the 4 that make it, it's going to be the best ride of your life. I'm not getting on that roller coaster. But see, what society will tell you is, yo, you need to get on that roller coaster because you won't be happy without it. Bullshit. I don't need nobody to make me happy. Guess what? My happiness comes from within. If I never have a girlfriend, if I never commit to nobody fully, guess what? I'm A-okay. I'm A-okay. I'm connected to the Most High. That's why I'm the most fly. You feel what I'm saying? Get in tune, man. You don't need nobody else to make you happy, to validate you, to make you feel special or important. I don't need all of that. Yo, so much that you have been taught, even just down to education, the history we learned was not our history. It was the history, they say history is told from the perspective of the winners. Or the cheaters, if we talking about, a lot of history that's our history, my people, It ain't taught in schools. We learned about George Washington and all of these people. I don't give a damn about no Christopher Columbus, yo. Why does he still have a holiday? And it's like, in the Matrix, right? The red pill and the blue pill. Now, here's the thing. Most people are born, of course, you're born into a blue pill world. And I'm not just talking about relationships. That's a whole like side of YouTube that's red pill talking about relationships. Talking about life though, right? We are taught that certain things have to be just because they are or they have been before. Like in church, they tell you certain things you have to do in church or to be a good Christian, right? If you abide by these rules, you make it to heaven. And half of these rules that people talk about are things that they don't obey themselves. They parade around once a week and make you jump and shout. And ain't change your life for the better yet. That's bullshit. How you gonna be a pastor and your congregation is broke after 10 years of your teachings, your prosperity teaching? It's your season, right? Yo, it's 4 seasons in a year. It's been 10 years and most of your congregation is still living check to check. Can't afford food on a regular. Still on welfare. Still don't got no education. Still don't got no job. Still don't got no opportunities. Still don't have self-love. Still out of shape. Still depressed. Still this. Still that. But you preaching prosperity for 10 years. Bullshit. The blue pill is so much more comfortable to... Because the blue pill is everything that you've ever been taught, that you've never challenged, right? And it's given to you on a platter. As a child, you're taught this is right, this is wrong, this is that, this is that, this is that. This is how you should live your life. This is what you should do by it to be stable and safe. All that, man. I don't care about being safe. I'm living fully and boldly, all right? A lot of y'all be scared to jump off the branch because you scared that you might not fly. I'm going to figure out how to fly on the way down. If I get an inch from the ground, I'm going to fly at that when I get to that last inch. Trust me. Blue pill is very comfortable. It's like the vitamin C tablets you take, right? In the morning, you chew them joints, they taste good, all citrusy, all fresh, your mouth all fresh. That's the blue pill, right? The red pill is reality. It's the truth. It's the things that they lied to you about, and I'm not gonna go too into depth. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The red pill is things that were lied to you, things that people lied about, or things that were hidden truths within lies that you never ever noticed because you just never thought to think, right? You never even thought to question what you were taught. The red pill is like some nasty Pepto-Bismol or something, with like laxative, or it's like the big joint pill that you gotta take with a piece of bread or some applesauce to get it to go down, because it's very uncomfortable. When you start to really look at your life, right, and look at everything that you've been taught and question everything. I question everything. See, that helps me feel more at peace. And I will say, when you first take the red pill, it's uncomfortable, yo. It's hot as hell in this car. Forgive me, I'm sweating. But it's uncomfortable taking that red pill initially. But I'm in such peace now because I understand. I see things for what they are. I see the forest through the trees. Everything is just an illusion, bro. We live in it's like a damn simulation, bro. Like somebody got the joystick, you know what I mean, playing the Xbox and all that. That's what the world is like, man. Red pill is uncomfortable, bro. It's not as palatable, right? It's like drinking prune juice versus drinking cranberry juice. Blue pill, cranberry juice, prune juice is the red pill. You should question more things, yo. You should question more. If you're watching this and it's striking a nerve, you know who I'm talking about. You should question everything you've been taught. Because you hate your life right now. You're miserable. You are miserable. You feel lost. You have no answers to anything. You're living by a book that somebody else wrote. I'm not talking about the Bible, right? I'm talking metaphorically. You're living by a book that somebody else wrote. You never thought to open that drawer and you got your own pencil, your own pen, your own pad, and you can write. You've never thought to write. Or to fact check. Like in school, right? We had a works cited page. Y'all been taught a whole bunch of stuff that y'all ain't never cite. Y'all ain't never get proof. Y'all ain't do no research. Y'all ain't get no stats. Oh, nah, they told me this is what the truth is, so I just live by that. Like, I'm just trying to make it, man. Nah. Question everything, man. It's gonna be a bitter taste. It's gonna make you mad when you start to expose the BS for what it is. But it's also going to help you connect to the higher power, man. All this materialistic stuff, everything that we place stock in is fake. It's fake. The pandemic exposed that. Everything we thought had to operate for society to thrive, right, for the world to spin, it's fake. It's a facade. It's a construct. Because you know what's supposed to happen? The trees are supposed to grow, right? The birds are supposed to chirp. The waters are supposed to flow. The rain's supposed to fall. The grass is supposed to grow, you know? The sun's supposed to shine. The moon's supposed to glow. Name me one of those things that stopped or didn't flourish when we stopped doing what we do, humans. Name me one thing that didn't stop. Or that stopped or did worse once we got out the way. It's all fake, yo. It's all fake. They tell you can't work from home. Everybody work from home. In general, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is fake, yo. Everything is fake. Everything is fake. And a lot of y'all won't admit that y'all vices are destroying y'all. Like, you're a slave. Admit that you're a slave. You won't admit that you have a cigarette addiction or a weed addiction. Because you can put it down whenever, right? But your days are terrible without it. You're an addict. You are a slave to social media. Some of us. I'm a social media addict. I had to get off it because of that. I'm a social media addict. Right? Some of us are slaves to sex. Pornography. Right? Validation from other people. External approval. You're a slave. You won't admit that your vices are destroying you. And these things that you're a slave to, you'll never live your best life or be your full self or be your best self until you conquer these things. Yo, a man who can conquer himself can conquer the world. A woman who can conquer herself can conquer the world. But you gotta look in the mirror and admit, that blue pill got you confused. That blue pill got you thinking everything's sweet. The red pill, you're gonna look in the mirror and see your soul. And you're gonna realize how much of a slave you are to everything that somebody else taught you was the way the world should work. Shout out to Henry David Thoreau, man. I went to the woods to live deliberately, like something like to strip life of everything and start to really see what it was and hopefully not get to the end and realize I didn't live. A lot of y'all aren't living because you're living according to somebody else's standard and you won't admit that you're a slave to what they taught you. I don't want to ramble, man. I just had it on my mind today, like, yo, everything you love is destroying you. Everything, a lot of things you've been taught are a lie. Stay woke, man. Open, keep your chakras open. Open your third eye, man. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. And I ain't even that deep. Just know. That's all I got for y'all, man.